Hi everybody, so I am still waiting to hear back from Disney in regards to my college program acceptance, but until then I decided today that I would film a video that answers some of the questions that people have been asking on the Facebook page. So I just jotted a few of those down and I'm just going to answer them. Maybe you have these questions and you're not a part of the Facebook page, so you haven't been able to see them, or maybe you just didn't see this question on the Facebook page and you're already a part of it. But just in case, I thought I would answer some questions and maybe that can help you guys out. So let's get started. One of the questions that I see a lot is asking about the new guest pass system. So used to, Disney would give every cast member 3 guest passes that were loaded with 6-day park hoppers automatically, like they wouldn't have to earn them or anything. But now they've changed it to where you have to work a certain amount of hours in order to receive certain amount of guest passes. So I'm going to let you guys know how many hours you have to work in order to get a certain amount of guest passes. So the first portion, I guess, that you can get, you have to work 150 hours. Once you've worked that much, you get 3 guest passes with 1-day park hoppers. So basically 3 one-day park hoppers. Then you work 300 hours after that. So it's a total of 300 hours, not 300 more hours. So it would be 150 hours, you got the first 3, and now you have to work 150 more hours to get the next 3. So you get 3 more 1-day park hoppers. So now you have 6 1-day park hoppers. Next is 600 total hours worked, and then you get 3 more 1-day park hoppers. So the first one, from the first jump to the second, was 150 hours. Now from the second jump to the third jump is 300 more hours. So once you get up to 600 hours, as long as you're maintaining a 30-hour work week, that is when they give you those last 3. So if you've worked a total of 600 hours, but you're not working 30-hour work weeks, which means you would be a full-time, it would be a full-time job, they do not let you receive those last 3. So that cuts your amount in half that you could get. Before it was 18 total park hopper passes. Now it's only 9, and you have to earn those 9. You can earn more guest passes, apparently through volunteering, and they post that in their newsletter every month, like what they've got going on that you can volunteer at. I'm not really sure how much you have to volunteer in order to get a guest pass. I'm not really sure about that, but definitely be looking out for that if you are doing your college program now. Okay, so somebody asked, if I said I would go to a character audition during the phone interview, would they hold off sending me a response? That's a really good question, and a lot of people ask it. They are wondering if, because, so say your audition, your character audition isn't until March 25th. Well, they're asking, so if a wave of acceptances comes out before March 25th, will they hold off on mine until I go to the audition and either get accepted or rejected there? No, is the answer. They will offer you a position. Possibly, they could wait, but they'll probably offer you a position before then. And then if you do make it through character auditions, then they will just switch your roles out. And you'll be able to do whatever you auditioned for. Okay. This is a question that people ask all the time. They're in submission. They don't know what that means. They don't know if they'll get out of it. They're asking all kinds of questions about being in submission. Basically, in submission, nobody really knows what it means. Some people think it means that the system got overloaded and your application just kind of got pushed off to the side. Or some people think that there was something in your application that triggered something that pulled your application. There's so many different things that people say requires you, or it makes you get put into submission. And unfortunately, a lot of times you hear horror stories about people going into submission and then never getting out. Well, they do get out, but the last day, and then they get NLSC'd. But there are lots of times where people get out of submission and then get accepted. So yes, it is kind of gloomy. It is going to require you to have some more patience, but don't lose hope. Still be excited, be happy, and you never know. Maybe you'll get out of it. Another question is, a lot of people after their phone interview get an email that says that you have been pended. It doesn't show up on your dashboard. Your dashboard still says in progress, but they get an email that says something about being pending. And so a lot of people have questions. What does that mean? Well, being pending is not a bad thing. It means that they're still just taking time to review your application. Not everybody gets pending. I honestly don't know why some people get pending and some people don't. But yeah, it's really not a bad thing. So I wouldn't be worried about it if you get it. Just go with it and be patient, and you should get out of being pending. Another question that I saw on the Facebook page was an alumni who asked if they could apply for the alumni summer program and the fall advantage 2016 or whatever year program at the same time. The answer is yes. I'm not an alumni, so I don't really know how the application varies, but I do know that you can apply for both at the same time. Another person asked if they should take online classes while they are working at Disney. They need to be a full-time student in order to keep their scholarship. That's tricky because a lot of times, you know, you get started in online classes and you're working so much, late hours, you get tired, and Disney does work with you and they will block off time for you to study, but it gets really hard and it gets really tiring. And so I would just think about yourself, think about if you are disciplined enough to do that, and if you think you are, then go for it. But I myself am not going to be taking classes if I do the program, just because I want to be focused on that, and I don't want to hurt my GPA because I can't focus on schoolwork. Some people ask, should they record their phone interview, like with the camera? And you see a lot of videos of like phone interviews that people have recorded their entire phone interview and put on YouTube. My suggestion to you would be not to record your phone interview. Some people record it, they go back and look at it, and they're like, wow, I feel better about my phone interview. I felt really bad before and now I feel good. But there's also, it makes you start second guessing yourself, and you're like, wait a minute, that was a really bad answer. I should have answered it this way, and you kind of get crazy and panicky. And so for myself, I knew that if I recorded mine, I would just go back and watch it and feel discouraged. So again, that's kind of up to you. I would say not to, and just go with it and give it your best and then not worry about it again. You did what you could do, so you can't do anything else. But if you feel like that will give you some security, then go ahead and record it. There's no harm in it, so whichever way. A lot of people on the Facebook page are asking what is a phone number that they can contact the college program directly. Unfortunately, they don't have a phone number for you to contact them. All they have is an email address, which I will give you, but it does take them a while to respond to emails, so just be patient with them. They get a lot, I'm sure, so I'll go ahead and give you the email address to Walt Disney World and Disneyland right now. The Walt Disney World college program email address is wdw.college.recruiting@disney.com. The Disneyland College program email address is dlr.college.recruiting@disney.com. Another thing that was popping up a lot this season, which I don't know if it happened in spring of 2016 or if it will happen in the future, maybe it was just a glitch, but a lot of people's dashboard, including mine, said that our interview was at 7 a.m. on the right day, but at 7 a.m. If you click on the interview time, or like click on that link, it will go and tell you the correct time for your interview, but it does say 7 a.m. on everybody's dashboard. I don't know why, but don't freak out about that. Don't cancel it because it says 7 a.m. Just leave it when it is, and they will call you at the right time. And the last question that I am going to answer is a question that I saw a few times that people had some trouble with. For whatever reason, they had to cancel their phone interview, and because they canceled it, they got a direct NLIC, like they just went straight to NLIC. The problem with that is when you cancel it, it will give you an option to reschedule. You need to reschedule it. Even if you don't know for sure if that time is going to be available, if you decide not to reschedule it, they will automatically assume you don't want to be considered anymore and they will NLIC you. So if you need to cancel your phone interview, that's fine, you won't be penalized, but you need to reschedule it as soon as you do that, like all in the same steps. It should give you an option to cancel and then reschedule. If it happened to you where you canceled it, didn't reschedule, and got NLIC'd, a lot of people are just trying to email recruiting to ask about that. So if that happened to you, then I would email them with those emails I gave you a few minutes ago. And yeah, I think that is about it. So I hope that you learned something. I hope that I answered a question that you might have had, and thank you guys so much for watching. I just want to share with you guys a little bit about my application process and the questions that my interviewer asked me, and just some tips for you as you are getting up the courage to do your phone interview. So let's get started.